coming out of Sundre, Alberta. Stayed in a really bad hotel 2 o'clock the night before. The band came out and said the beds weren't made. There was bugs. I had stayed in the bus though. I had a vibe. We're coming up this hill. All of a sudden there's no gears. No transmission. Pulled that bus over to the side. Took all the gear out of the white bus and put it in the other bus. Loaded the band in the other bus. They went up to the festival 4 hours north. Me and Mike Zinger pull that bus over to the side, get a shovel out and dig a hole underneath it, put our coveralls on, and start pulling that transmission. 12 o'clock Friday afternoon. We worked on it all day. About 7 o'clock that night, we got on the computer and we found a transmission on Craigslist in a field 4 hours north that sort of looked like ours. See, there is a God. Mike went up in the middle of the night, met that farmer at 7 o'clock in the morning, bought that transmission, headed back at 10. Crawled under that bus and we pulled that transmission till 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Then we had to leave to go to that festival 4 hours north. We drove in his van, played the festival in the rain, got in his van and drove through the night back to the bus. Went to sleep, 9:30 we got up, 9:30 Sunday morning. Started pulling that transmission. My brother shows up to help us. We pull it to 4 o'clock that afternoon. And there's a big hole, and we just take that field transmission and we slide it up into that big hole, and we hook up the lines. We pour the fluid in it, we start that bus up, put it in drive, and we put it to the floor, and we were 5 minutes late for our show that night, and that's called rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. I know some of you are in the country music business tonight. I know some of your artists, they could afford to change a transmission. That's all he said about that. I got her letter in a little mailbox I forgot I had at an old truck stop. I read it once and then I read it again. I could hardly keep from crying. I've been driving around the last week or so with an empty truck, I don't have a load. And I don't care, cause to tell you the truth, I think I might be dying. And it's trucker speed, Benzodrine, Percocets, amphetamines, black beauties and West Coast turn around. When the coast is clear, I drive with my knees, mix it all up in a recipe, Coca-Cola and coffee to wash it down. Sometimes I feel like my wheels ain't touching the ground. By the side of the road, you said you're a mess. When I told him she didn't even leave an address. Then he got another call, he said, wait right here, I'll be back in a little while. I put my head across my arms, slept over the wheel for an hour or more. Then I started it up and I took off into the night. And it's trucker speed, Benzodrine, Percocets, amphetamines, black beauties and West Coast turn around. When the coast is clear, I drive with my knees, mix it all up in a recipe, Coca-Cola and coffee to wash it down. Sometimes I feel like my wheels ain't touching the ground. throttle when I couldn't stop. I peed in a bottle. I was so lonesome, made Hank Williams look like a party of five. I've been beat up, broke down, loaded on a truck and driven into town. But I always thought you'd be there at the end of the line. I always thought you'd be there at the end of the line. And it's trucker speed, Benzodrine, Percocets, amphetamines, black beauties and West Coast turn around. When the coast is clear, I drive with my knees, mix it all up in a recipe, Coca-Cola and coffee to wash it down. Sometimes I feel like my wheels ain't touching the ground. Sometimes I feel like my wheels ain't touching the ground. Sometimes I feel like my wheels ain't touching the ground.